Right, next, a new exhibition is exploring the first generation of South Asian women who learned to drive in the UK and the resistance that they met while pursuing it.
Just a few decades ago, it was a taboo among many Asian women who were mainly dependent on their husbands. So the artist Dawinder Bansal celebrates the women who paved the road to independence. Have a look.
This is a project which is about women and driving, and particularly Asian women. And it's all about exploring the generation of women like yourselves who paved the way for generations of women like me to give us independence, but go beyond the road of independence.
My first car was a Ford Fiesta, a sort of a greyish blue colour, I remember that. And having the car, it was absolutely fantastic, because I wasn't being watched. I could do what I wanted. It's like having a pair of wings and you can go anywhere. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. Dawinder's here. Were people happy to talk to you about this and to engage with the project, the women you spoke to?
So this project started in 2017. That's when I had the idea, after speaking to a family relative. And also talking to my mother about not being able to drive and why she couldn't drive. I met a lot of women who wanted to talk, but not all of them wanted to be filmed. So it took quite a long time, as you can imagine, to build that trust, to get those ladies to talk to me and to tell me their stories and to be filmed.
That's a picture of your mum there next to a car. I don't think we realise, because, you know, I grew up watching my mum drive very badly, quite a lot of the time. You can't underestimate the impact of seeing that role model doing that role, and if you're the first in your family to be doing that, it's probably quite frightening. And also, you talk about how people came up with resistance from within the community. Yeah,
the resistance from the community, and sometimes within their own families, sometimes from their husbands, sometimes from the women in their family as well. So it was a real diverse range of stories that I heard that we included.
What sort of things would people be saying?
Well, one lady said that her husband wasn't hugely supportive, but she wanted to drive because she was a primary school teacher, and she had to, when the children became older, they started to give her racial harassment. This is in the 60s. So she wanted to drive to be safe.
Wow.
And so she started to take her driving lessons in her lunch hour.
Wow, that's bold.
One of your relatives, she was able to drive, and she needed to drive because she had 3 jobs.
Yes, exactly. So that's where the inspiration for this project came from, having a casual conversation over a cup of tea about what driving enabled her to do and how it enabled her to go further afield, take different jobs, do night shifts and be able to look after children and have more of an income to keep a roof over their heads.
Have all those barriers now been broken down, do you think, for the current generations of Asian women?
Well, this is why it's called the Road to Independence, and I feel like they did that. This is a pioneering generation of women who really fought against tradition and people and wanted to just go out there and drive. And they have given women like me, second and third generation, the road to go beyond the road to independence, to get an education, to be able to drive, to do all of those things that we can do now.
And we heard the lady you were talking to in that clip saying that it felt like it had given her wings, that incredible sense of freedom. Finally, you want to hear from people, their stories and pictures to add to this. What can people do to get in touch?
People can get in touch with the new website that we've launched called AsianWomenandCars.com. They could submit their stories and their photographs from their private collections, and also take new contemporary pictures as well. And it's all a part of Blast Photo Festival.
Thank you very much indeed for coming in. It's really interesting, Dawinder. Thank you. The Asian Women and Cars Road to Independence exhibition is on at the British Muslim School in West Bromwich.
Brilliant thing for women to look back on in 100 years as well, isn't it?
It is. That's it from us for today. Charlie and Naga here from 6 in the morning. Have a great Sunday. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.